welcome to my channel. If it is your first time, thank you for stopping by. And if you are subscribed, thank you for coming back. Today's story is called The Bad Decision. Before I start reciting the story, I'm going to decide on what activity that I'm going to do while I tell my story. I'm going to do my nails. Excuse my ashy hands. So this story starts off with me and two of my really good friends. And we used to go to this dive bar, but it was, how can I nicely put this? It was in a neighborhood where drug dealers, prostitutes, and pimps would go to hang out and have a drink. It was like the Cheers of the hood. We would frequent this bar every Friday and Saturday night. You're young, you do all kinds of crazy things. So that's what we did. But we knew the owner. So the owner would give us free alcohol. Who's gonna turn down free alcohol? We would party until 3 a.m. On this particular night, the three of us were at this dive bar, and there were two sections to this bar. So when you walked into the door, there was a little room where it had I think it was 2 or 3 pool tables. And then you would go through that room and then go into the main bar part where there was a stage and the bar and table. I said this place was kind of like the Cheers of the hood. Everybody knew your name. Everybody was very friendly. So even the people who were drug dealers, who were prostitutes, pimps, drug addicts. I know this sounds like a rough crowd. I get it. But they were just like everybody else. They wanted to be treated like everybody else. Everybody from all walks of life would come into that bar. You were respectful of each other. You didn't cause any trouble. We sat there, we drank, we had a good time. This particular night, me and my two friends, we were in that first room, that first part of the bar, and we were playing pool. And we had a lot to drink. These 4 guys came in. They were all cute and they were Spanish. They walked by us, a little bit of flirting, and you know how that goes when people are drinking. They said hello and they walked through to the main bar. Well, about 30 minutes later, they come back through and one of them goes up to my friend and basically tells her, can we hang out? Can we just, play some pool with you? And the thing is that they didn't speak English very well. My friend did, however, speak Spanish, so she wasn't completely fluent.
Como el 5 de mayo a quinceañeras, usted necesita un permiso, la ley lo indica así. Los bricolines y los permisos van juntos como...
In Spanish, but she spoke a good enough amount to have a conversation. Well, he spoke with her and some of the other ones spoke with her too, but they all wanted to hang out with us. And so through our broken Spanish and their broken English, we talked and we drank and we drank and we drank. And by the time it was all over with, there were definitely a lot of flirting, a lot of touching, some couple of makeout sessions over in the corner. It got really late, okay? It's getting later and later in the evening, and before we knew it, it was time for the bar to close. And as they say, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. We were wasted. And it was time for us to go. Now, I'm gonna put a disclaimer here. You should never drink and drive, ever. It's a very bad thing and it's very dangerous. And also, you can get arrested and go to jail. And that is not good on a resume, okay? Job application, were you ever arrested? Convicted of a felony? Drunk driving, DUI, DWI? No. That is not us living our best life. Us living our best life is us actually living and being able to tell stories like this. So do not drink and drive. Okay, put my soapbox over there. So it's time for us to leave. And we walk outside of the bar, we're in the parking lot, and you know, they're like, through their broken English, girls are a lot of fun. We would love to, you know, hang out some more. Us being inebriated and having great judgment. And never, I should say this too, we barely knew their names, okay? They barely knew our names. We didn't know really who they were, where they came from. They asked us if we wanted to come to their place. And we're like, oh, well, where do you live? Is it like down the road somewhere? Is it close? We're like, yes, it's really close. Hey, it's a Saturday night, or actually it's a Sunday morning at 3 o'clock in the morning. We're drunk. We had a good time so far. Why not go to a stranger's house and hang out some more? Why not? We made the great decision to all jump in the car and go to their house. Go down the road, and their house is maybe 10 minutes away from where the bar was. Get to their house, we all get out of the car, and we follow them up to their house and unlock their door, and they walk in. Now, I'm gonna say this too. There were many red flags. People, don't ignore red flags. Don't be stupid. Well, this is how you become Silence of the Lambs.
It rubs the lotion on its skin, or else it gets the hose again. Yes, you will, precious. You will get the hose.
Do not become a victim of a serial killer, and you end up in his basement and skinned alive. Nobody wants that, especially you. There were many red flags, like bars on the windows, bars on the doors, needing 5 or 6 keys to open the locks on the doors. Maybe nothing getting in, but also nothing getting out. Scary. We go into their house. And when we walk into their house, there's not much furniture. There is a couple of side tables. There is a couch in the middle of the room. It's like a stereo system. And there's no carpet on the floor. There are, I'd say maybe 2 or 3 doors leading to other rooms. I inventory everything, look everything around, because I'm paranoid. That's a whole nother story. 2 of them disappear into through one of the doors. And they come back with a few cartons of beer, and they turn on the stereo, and they're playing the Beatles. It's the 3 of us standing. We didn't even sit down. We're standing, and they're standing in front of us. And so we're just talking, again, broken English and broken Spanish. Really trying to communicate. Let me go, and I think one of my friends went and sit over on the couch, and we're just listening to music and drinking. And then all of a sudden, I hear noise, like in one of those back rooms. I'm thinking, what is that noise? I mean, the floorboards are creaking, because it was an older house. I'm scanning the rest of the room because I'm looking at where my other friend is, and she's talking, I think, like to 2 guys, and the other one's talking to one guy, and I'm talking to one guy. He's staring up at me. Now, these guys were all short, and we're pretty tall girls. I'm about 5'9". My friend's about 5'7". My other friend's about 5'4". Gauge that. He was like right here to me, like right here. So he was like boob height. He wasn't exactly staring into my eyes, if you know what I mean. I continually hear the floors creaking, and I know that it's not us because we're standing still. My other friend is over there at the corner of the room, and she's standing still talking to one of the guys. And then my other friend is sitting on the sofa, and they're sitting down and they're talking. I'm like, what is that? What is back there? All of a sudden, the back door opens. And I kid you not, 5 other men walk through that door. And I know the shock on my face, like, where did they come from? And so I look at one of my friends in the corner who's talking to this guy, and I look at her like, and I look at my other friend and I shoot my eyes towards her like, we're in fucking trouble. Do you know those ghost stories where something is eerie or weird and the hairs on the back of your neck stand up?
You ever feel the prickly things on the back of your neck?
That was what I was feeling. And I'm going to say to never, ever ignore your gut feeling or your intuition. And I know when you're inebriated, you don't always feel that. But when you do feel it, I mean, it snaps you almost right out of it. It's like your mind is foggy. And then when you have that gut feeling and that intuition, it just like, it jolts you out of any kind of fogginess that you have. And so I called both my friends. I said, come here. I said, come here. I said, let's talk real quick. And as we are talking, they form a circle around us. And I'm looking at both my friends and I said, this is not, we need to get out of here. I said, I feel something bad is going to happen to us. I said, we should have never come here. This was the stupidest shit that we have ever done. We are so much fucking smarter than this. I said, we gotta leave. We have to leave. And one of my friends says to me, oh, it'll be fine. I was like, bitch, what? No.
I think the fuck not, you trick ass bitch.
No, it's not gonna be fine. We need to figure out what we need to do. She's like, oh, it's not a big deal. I'll speak. The one who speaks Spanish, I'll speak to them. So she's speaking in Spanish and they're looking at her like she's fucking crazy. I'm thinking, what is she saying? Because I don't understand Spanish. I knew a few words here and there, but what is she saying to them? And she's talking to the one that she talked to before, but they all are just staring at us. And I'm thinking, I was scared. I was shaking. I was so scared because I knew something bad was going to happen. And I'm thinking, they're going to do something to us that we do not want. And they might get rid of us afterwards. And honestly, my ass ain't going down like that. We not doing that. I ain't dying like that. I ain't going out of this world like that. We not doing that. I got shit I got to do. I got shit I got to finish. Goals I need to accomplish, okay? Food I got to eat. Fat I got to lose. We not doing that shit. So she's talking, my friend's talking to him, and he's just like, oh, I don't really understand what you're saying. And I'm like, we need to leave. I said, well, you know what? It's been fun. We gonna go. And I tried to move, and they're like, oh, no, you're not going nowhere, honey. And I'm like, excuse me? They're like, no, just people who don't speak English, they spoke that English very well. They understood what I was saying. Like, no, just stay a little bit. You know, drink with us. We're just gonna have a good time, hang out. And I know they can see the fear in my eyes. I am very expressive with my face. As if you've watched my other videos, you know I'm very expressive with my face. And I was just like, and I know you see the fear in my face, the doubt, unsureness or whatever. But he didn't care. None of them cared. So I said, I tried. Me with some acting skills that I have. I said, you know what? I said to myself, fix your motherfucking face.
Fix your face.
Cause we gonna have to act our asses up out of this shit. Cause we got to go. Again, I'm not going out like this. You ain't doing nothing to me that I do not want to happen. So I said, you know what? I said, well, let me sit down. Let me just sit down, listen to music. I said, we're not gonna go anywhere. You know what? We'll hang out, see where the night takes us. I should say, there's the front door, and then there's like the back of the house right here. He came through this way, and we were moving towards this way, near the back of the house. They were trying to move us towards the back of the house. By the way that they were looking at us, I knew what they wanted. I said, you know what? Let's go sit down. And one of my friends like, no, I'll hang over here. How about I go in this back room with one? I said, what the fuck is wrong with you? To smack the shit out of her. I'm like, no. Stay here with me and with her other friend, and we're gonna talk this shit out, okay? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk it out. We're gonna stay together. We're gonna break up, split up, whatever, and go with it. No, we're not doing that. She wanted to do what she wanted to do, so her ass she said, no, I'm gonna take him and we're gonna go in the back. And I'm like, this motherfucking bitch. It's okay. You know what? We'll talk about it after we get out of this situation. I'll beat her ass after we get out of this situation. But for right now, take your little happy ass back there, whatever, okay? It's gonna get figured out. So, she goes back there with one of them, and I'm praying, don't let anything bad happen to her. Even though she was a dumbass and did that, but moving on. So I'm like, okay, let's go sit on the couch. I'm sitting on the couch with one on either side of me, and then there's like three that are in front of me. One of the guys starts to put his hand on my leg, and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do this. And the other guy puts his hand on my leg. I'm just like, and I'm so uncomfortable. I can see it on my face. And then at the corner of my eye, I see my friend, and there's two of them over there, and they're like talking to her and, you know, getting up on her, and she's the shorter one out of all the three of us. So they're actually taller than her, and they're just like kind of like overpowering her, kissing on her neck, and she's kind of like in and out of it. You know, she's still drunk because we're still drinking. And then, so there's 5 over here where I am, there's 2 over there, and then there was one that my friend went in the back. So there's 2 basically like guarding the entrance to the house. They're standing on either side of the door that we came in through. And I'm just like, okay, you need to get out of the situation. You need to get your friends out of this situation. So fucking stupid. You know, we all know better. We know better than this. But when you get caught up in bad decisions, making a bad decision, you're not thinking. You're not thinking straight. You're thinking with, you know, just like men sometimes, women think, okay? That's just the truth. Both their hands are on me. I'm just like, okay, this is, and my hands are like balled up, you know, and I get getting, you know, they're getting close when I'm going for a kiss on either side. Like, I'm like this, and like, don't touch me. Then all of a sudden, the lights go out. And I'm like, what the, and I just feel hands all on me, all over me. And I start screaming. I'm like, turn the fucking lights on, you motherfucker. I am screaming. Act like I ain't got no motherfucking things. I'm screaming bloody murder. And I'm like, who turned off the fucking lights? And freaking the fuck out. The lights come back on within like 5 seconds. And I'm like, that's it. Get the fuck away from me. And I'm pushing them. I'm like, I don't know whose hands were on me. Get off of me. But I'm pushing them off. I'm like, get away from me. I stand up and I call my other friend. I'm like, get the fuck out here right now. She's like, what? I'm like, and I grab her. I'm like, get the fuck out here. And then my other friend, I'm like, get over here. And they're like, oh, we're just trying to have a good time. I said, I don't give a motherfucking fuck. I said, we're leaving right now. You did not tell us to, and I'm like going off at the mouth, talking a mile a minute in English. I don't know if they understand me or not, but they know that I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm like, this is not what we agreed to. This is the 4 of us. We're just gonna hang out. Then you gonna bring out your 5 motherfucking friends. Like you trying to gangbang everybody. We not doing this shit. And they stood there. The expressions on their faces just, they changed. It was almost like, it wasn't almost. They were pissed. and they were angry. And I'm thinking, oh fuck, I made it worse. This is just great. So again, they circle us. And we try to push our way. I'm like, we need to go. We gotta go. We gotta go. And they're like, no, you're not leaving. You came here for a reason. And you know what that reason is. And I said, well, I changed my mind. We all changed our mind. And they said, well, your friend, she was over here. She didn't change her mind because I said, I don't give a fuck if she changed her mind. Guess what? I'm cock blocking this bitch and this bitch too, because we not staying here. This is not what we signed up for. Okay? So we're leaving. So we try to go towards the door, and the other guy, he gets in front of us. He's like, no, you're not going anywhere. All of a sudden, he speaks really great English. I mean, he's talking about, oh yeah. He's saying all this stuff. I'm thinking, I thought you didn't speak any English. Fucker had us fooled. And I don't know what to do. I'm scared, and both of them are just like, and I said, you know what? I stood there for a moment, and I'm just thinking, dear God, please get us out of it. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I called on God. At the time, I was being a complete dumbass and drinking and going to these men's houses that we didn't know, who were complete strangers, who could have been axe murderers. Yes. I called on God. Yes, at that moment, I did. So, and I'm saying, what do I do? What do I do? And all of a sudden, a thought popped in my mind. And I said to the one who I didn't think spoke English, I said, you know what? You're right. We knew what was going to happen. We knew with talking to you guys that you wanted to party. And I get it. We can't change our minds. I completely understand. But then I said, you know what? If we really want to party, I said, I'm going to need more alcohol. I said, because if we're all going to do this together, I got to have my blood pumping. I said, I need some more alcohol. I said, so do you have any more alcohol? Let's do this. And he looks at me. He tilts his head like, and looks at the other ones all around the room. He looks at them. He said, yeah. He goes, we can do that. I said, so what do you have to drink? And he actually leaves the room and goes in the back. The others still standing around us. And we're standing there and I'm looking at all of them. You can see like the look in their eyes is just like fucking hungry wolves. And so he comes back. He's like, oh, we only have like a few beers left. I said, well, that's not gonna cut it. I said, we need more alcohol. And I said, let's go to the store and get some. Now, this is Sunday morning. It's now about 4 o'clock in the morning, knowing that nothing is open. There's no, maybe a supermarket, but they might not be selling alcohol. Maybe a few gas stations. Nothing that would be close to us though. He goes, I'll go get the alcohol, me and a couple of my friends, and you stay here. And I said, no. I said, I want to be able to pick out what I want. So if we're going to do this and we're going to party and we're going to get this done, I want to be able to pick out what I want. I'm not going to leave it to you to go and just pick out some random beer or whatever. If I want to do this, I want to have a good time. He's like, fine. He says, okay, you can go, but these two stay. I'm like, nope. No. I said, either all of us go and you guys can come with us, or we're not doing this. And if we're not doing this, it's going to be a fight. Point blank period. That's it. And he stands there and he just stares at me, which feels like he's standing there at me for eternity. And I'm looking at him dead in his eyes, looking at me dead in my eyes. I'm just like, and I'm not wavering. He goes, okay. He goes, but give me your number first. He goes, I want to make sure that I have your phone number in case, you try anything. I can find you. I don't know what a phone number was going to do, but whatever. I was going to go with it. So I gave him a phone number. It was not my phone number. And I prayed to God that he was not going to call it. Because, you give your number to somebody and then they call it or text you or what have you. He didn't call it. But I gave him a phone number. It was one number off, so it wasn't my number. I said, so who's going with us? I said, if you can fit in the car with us. Some of them were like, well, I don't really want to go, whatever. They're looking at each other. So I guess like the leader, the one who speaks English, he was going to come, and then 2 other guys. So they move. Okay, again, here's the front door, and here's the back. So they were like around us, and so the guy who was in front of like the one who speaks English was like right here in the front door. He moves, and then his other 2 people who were 2 guys next to him move. I looked at both of my friends, and I said, run. So we bolt out. We start running towards the front door. We open that door, and we run out the front door, and we go bolting to the car. And you can hear them in the back yelling in Spanish. I don't know what they were saying. I know a few cuss words in Spanish. I definitely know the word bitch. And so they were saying that and screaming. We run, and I'm like, where's the? And I don't even know where the key is. I don't know where the key. I don't know. I'm assuming my friend has a key in her pockets. I mean, we didn't bring any purses in, nothing like that. We just went inside the house. And so she's like, oh, I got it in my pocket. I'm like, give me the fucking key. And so we're running, and we run to the car door, and she's like, bleep, bleep, opens it. We get into the car, and we slam the doors, and we lock them. I'm like, start the car, start the car, start the car. She's still a little bit inebriated, and she's like trying. I'm like, bitch, if you don't fucking start this motherfucking car, I swear to fucking God, I'm gonna kill you. Hurry up. She's like, oh my God, oh my God. And she gets in the ignition, she turns it, and we peel fucked up out of there. Yes. And you can see them in the back in the rearview mirror, and they're running out into the street, and they see us, and they're screaming at us. We never really talked about that night ever again. But we also didn't go back to that bar for almost a year because we were scared. And I really want to stress to everybody out there to always be responsible, to know that anything can happen at any time. Always be safe. Always be smart. And if you have a gut feeling about something, you need to follow it. I've done so much stupid shit, and I am surprised that my ass is not dead. Honestly. My ass is still living, and thank you, Jesus, because there are times it was just like, you know what? You dumb as fuck. That is my story of the bad decision. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click that subscribe button, like the video, share it. Until next time. Bye.